And Facebook is up, so whenever you're ready.
Let's try to get on here.
Let them trickle in a little bit.
Yep. And we already got people going in. What's up, Mr. Rays? SR Matt Matson, what's going on? Bullet 123, G Valda, what's going on? The Gym Alchemist, what's going on? How you doing? Kaji Gus, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? Prometheum Hormones. Raw, what's going up? Hector Marquez, Lauren Marie, how you doing? YG Lee in the house, what's up, brother? Hope all is well. Bobby Calbero, what's going on? Hood App, Cesar, Punit, what's cracking? How you doing? Jay Velda, what's going on? How you doing? Jeff, how you doing? What's going on, dude? Bobby, how you doing? I hope all is well, man. So we're live on all social media platforms. So what's up, guys? Welcome to Titan Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I hold this show for you guys every Tuesday, usually at 6 p.m. I've been doing this show for years and years and years. And it's to help you guys, inform you guys, educate you guys, answer you guys' questions. Maybe you guys want answers to. And I want to help you guys be your best version of yourself. Help you feel better, look better, and perform better. That's what I'm here for. And we can help you here at Titan Medical Center in a number of different ways. We service nationwide, so if you guys are looking for help in any of the different things that we might talk about today, or some things we might not talk about today that you know that we do, and if you don't know what we do, let me just cover that real quick. We do hormone replacement therapy for males and females, medical weight loss, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, rejuvenation detox, libido enhancers, peptide therapies like healing peptides, weight loss peptides, and sexual peptides. We also do, like I said, ED medications or libido enhancers for males and females across the board. Rejuvenation detox, I know I said that one. And we have amino acid and vitamin injectables, all different types, even blends. So we have our different Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, Titan Ultra, all these different things. We also do blood work nationwide. So full in-depth panels, single testing, STD testing, food allergy sensitivity testing, and a lot more. And if you guys have questions about that, 727-389-3220. I almost give you guys my phone number. Not going to do that. My wife would not be happy. All right, so let's get to some of the questions, guys. See some of these things. And at that point, I'll go over some of the different topics. I have some great topics. Plus, I want to get into the therapy of the week, which is MK-677, ibutamoren. And that one is a peptide. So we can go over that peptide, talk about that, and what the benefits are, how it can help you guys out. And there's discounts on that. So another thing we're doing is for Men's Health Month, which is all of June, is we have the full in-depth male blood panel. And we're offering that up for $130 instead of the normal $200. So jump on that. But we'll go over all that in a second. Let's get into this. See Tom, what's going on? What's up, Strength Addicts? Christian, how you doing? Tomcat in the house. I am Jolie. What's up? All right, so YG Lee said, I sent her my blood work. I'm still waiting on the phone call back. So they are put in front of the provider, so they might have been a little busy today, YG Lee. As far as the blood work goes, they will look at that. Medical director will look at that too as well, because they know your age. And at that point, they're going to go from there and get a hold of you. I personally reached into that pot, made sure everything was good. Gio, how you doing? I appreciate your presentation. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate all of you guys joining me, supporting me here. Thank you so much. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So that's my biggest thing, right? Please train me. So I can't train anybody as far as that goes. I don't got the time. Unless somebody really wants to come down and, if they want to do something, maybe I can work some out for a day. But I can't do that in an ongoing basis. And Michael Scott, you just pay attention. I've been here for 11 years now almost. Be very soon. October will be 11 years. So it's going to be coming very, very shortly, for 10 and a half for sure. Do you have to do it in-person physical for AOD? No. So everything can be done telemedicine for AOD 9604. All you have to do is just fill out the new patient paperwork. You're going to see our medical provider via telemedicine, and then we can help you out with that therapy. All right, so let's talk about some of these different things. All right, so Gio said, I have fibromyalgia. What would you recommend? So fibromyalgia can affect the whole body, right? And with this, there's a couple of different therapies that might work for you. One, glutathione. Glutathione's really been good against fibromyalgia for some of our patients. And NAD. Our NAD has definitely been another game changer, because with fibromyalgia, some people, they feel tired or they have aches and pains all over their body, and this is usually caused by inflammation. Inflammation usually really spurs up fibromyalgia. Now, fibromyalgia, for some doctors, like, oh, that's just a made-up diagnosis just to cover what they can't find. But fibromyalgia has definitely affected a lot of different people out there, or whatever is causing the inflammation, it's been affecting a lot of different people out there. So it's really something that does affect males and females out there. Joe, how you doing? Light, how you doing? Why'd you leave? Also, I got my glutathione in the mail today. Oh, so you got glutathione. Now, glutathione is going to be great for a number of different things. Boosting the immune system. It's a super antioxidant. So helping get rid of free radicals out of the body. Helping protect DNA, right? Because our DNA can get affected by different things. Like, free radicals. They can damage our DNA. Another thing, ALT and AST. So those are your liver enzymes. Glutathione is great for helping, for the liver as far as getting down those liver enzymes, making sure everything's good with the liver. If you have a fatty liver, if maybe your doctor's like, oh, you got a fatty liver, you're going to need to change your diet, and nothing's really changed as far as your liver enzymes go, and you change your diet, this can help along with that too as well, and it can definitely expedite the process of getting that fatty liver out of the way for you. So this has been a great one for us across the board. Like I said, through all the sicknesses, the viruses, and stuff like that, this has definitely been a game changer. And just for overall health, glutathione is definitely a great therapy to utilize. All right, so what else we got here? TNT Ship, FH, how you doing? Polo Gonzalez, what's going on? Zoe Morrison, how you doing? MK is definitely equal gains, and we're going to go over that very shortly. Jay Velda, how is MK stacked with testosterone? So it's actually a really, really good one, right? So MK-677 ibutamoren is our therapy of the week. And let's just get into what it is, and then I'll answer this question for you, Jay. So MK-677, right, ibutamoren is a peptide, not a SARM. Originally when this came out, there's a lot of misinformation or disinformation on the internet as far as MK-677 being a SARM. It's not a selective androgen receptor modulator. That's what a SARM is. And a SARM was basically produced to help with testosterone levels and not aromatize into negative estradiol levels or estrogen. So it doesn't work as good as they thought it was going to work, and pharma was going to bring this out, and that's why it's never out, and that's for just research purposes. But with MK-677, this is an oral GHRH peptide. So it's a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide. And that's exactly what it does. It secretes or helps secrete more growth hormone in the body, which then converts into IGF-1, right? And this is in the liver where it converts. And IGF-1 is what you get all the big benefits from growth hormone from. So people out there are like, oh, I want to get growth hormone. Oh, I want to get growth hormone. Well, growth hormone prescribed is a very, very hard therapy or medication to get a hold of, just like that. And then two, the cost of it is outrageous. So, this is definitely a better substitute. Plus, when we talk to a lot of people out there, they don't want to do injections. So, with this, it's an oral capsule that they can swallow and be good to go and rock and roll, and no injections daily. So, with this, with MK-677, it can help in a number of different ways. One, it can stimulate hunger. Now, a lot of people out there, though, why would I want to stimulate hunger? There's some people out there that want to put lean mass on their body, and they don't have the appetite to keep up with that. And they can't get the calories in. This is where MK-677 can really, really help out there. Two, when we talked about GH raising and IGF-1 raising too, we talk about all the great health benefits that come along with that. We talk about sleep. And I'm not talking about just going to sleep. I'm talking about quality sleep with REM, with extended period of REM, hopefully, or longer period of REM that you're hopefully getting, or you might be getting now. That's a big one, right? Because sleep can help in so many different ways. One, it repairs. We repair ourselves, we rejuvenate, revitalize ourselves during our sleep. Muscle is gained during sleep. So with this, when you get better sleep, you're going to get all those benefits. Plus cognitive. So when we think about better rest, you wake up refreshed. That means the mind is clear and clean. You're not foggy-minded. You should be on the ball. This can definitely help along with that. And then with the anti-aging properties, we're talking about our hair, our skin, our nails, and these different things. This is another benefit from this. So when we talk about MK-677, it's definitely a big winner for a lot of different things. And with this, there's a lot of different benefits with this. Like I said, IGF-1 levels alone. Raising IGF-1 levels is the major anti-aging secret. And keeping those levels at a decent higher level, I would suggest. Myself, anyway, that's what I want to do. And for a lot of different people out there, that's when they see the most benefits. And with this, we're talking about lean body mass. So, putting on that lean muscle, that's what we really want to do. We don't want to put on a whole bunch of mass. Because then we talk about fat mass and fat-free mass. So we don't want to put a whole bunch of fat mass on, right? Yeah, you gain the weight, but you don't look as good because you have all the fat on you. And you don't want that. Then you got to cut it all. You basically have to work out harder and do all these different things to get it all off, instead of just working your way up and putting on that lean quality mass as you go. So that's a winner for this. Now, stacked with testosterone levels, you're talking about a real winner, because testosterone affects testosterone levels, free and total testosterone, which it affects a whole bunch of other different things in the body too as well. But when you stack both these things together, you're getting the IGF-1 levels raised and the testosterone range, which is the best possible combination you can do with inside the body. As far as, getting lean mass put on, right? Losing body fat, gaining strength. That's another one with MK-677, gaining strength, right? And doing that, with testosterone, we talk about libido enhancement, clarity of the thinking, sugar levels being better, cardiovascular health improving. All these different things can go along with testosterone. But we pair it with IGF-1, with MK-677 raising that, you got a real winner there. So that would be a good way to go, all right, in my opinion. All right, Jay? What's going on, Bernie? How you doing? Julio, what's up? Adler, what's going on? What's up, Titan fam? How you doing? How's life? Doing good. And all right, so anyone suffering from muscle aches might want to look into BPC. Every week it seems someone asks me about aches and pains. BPC 157 is a definite great therapy too as well, as far as peptides. It's a healing peptide and can be used for a number of different things. And at that point, I've got one of my friends that's taking it right now, and he's having stomach issues. BPC 157, body protection compound 157, that's where they isolate the gastric juices from. That's basically what BPC 157 is. So it helps with different stomach issues too as well. Ulcers, IBS, these things can help with BPC 157 too in the long run. So this is a great one. Now, this last weekend, I didn't even get to talk about this, but Thursday, I had Michael Hearn in the house. So Michael Hearn came down with his family, Mona and his little son Titan, and we had a ball. We had a ball, absolute ball. They got into town, took care of him, put him up. At that point, we went out for dinner Thursday night because they had a long flight in, an hour delay on the plane on the runway. So had dinner. We did some great content on Friday here at the office, which I'm going to be releasing here soon. And he'll be releasing stuff on his channel and possibly somewhere else. So at that point, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag and all these different things, but we've got some great content coming for you from Mike, and hopefully a lot more. I don't want to jinx it or anything like that, but me and Mike, we became like best friends, right? Like stepbrothers type deal. When we met, it was instant connection when we talked the first time, and then just being here just solidified, everything that I thought it was going to be. So it was really, really nice. Families got together. Wives were like two peas in a pod. His son's 4, my son's 13, but they were still playing. So it was really cool and it had a blast. So you guys will get to see all that. That's for that for sure. All right. Any other questions for me?
Yeah, we got some.
All right. What we got here?
Why did he ask this also?
John, you looked at my blood work for yourself? I did not. I did not look at your blood work. I'm sorry. I did not pull it. I will pull it and look at it. Give me tonight and I'll take a look at it and see what's up. I need Tren ASAP. So Tren is something we cannot do. That's not prescribed. And there's a lot healthier things to do out there than Tren. Tren is, this big thing that a lot of people like to take because, it's a big mass gainer, right? And they want to put on massive muscle as quick as possible. But there's, when you look at different drugs that you're taking, whether you're taking prescribed, and that's the only way I would take it, or you're thinking about doing something extracurricular, you always want to weigh the benefits, the positives and negatives, right? The pros and the cons. It's like that little scale that balances. And you want to see, hey, listen, is the juice going to be worth the squeeze, right, of the fruit? So are the positives going to outweigh the negatives of what can happen? And when we talk about all the negatives of Tren, I think there's a lot better ways to go about gaining muscle mass and being healthier than doing this. We're talking about this affects cardiovascular levels, HDL, right, which is your good cholesterol, tanks. And you don't want to see that in single-digit numbers. And everybody that I see goes on Tren, that happens to them. It tanks their HDL, which is their good cholesterol. And you don't want to do that. So this is just something that, it's a good thing to bring up because at that point, there's a lot of kids out there or a lot of young guys out there or maybe even older guys that are asking somebody for some of these different things and help, and they're recommending some of these other different drugs to him. I think, at that point, like I said, there's a lot better things out there. And just because people say trend, and it's, this great charismatic word out there that a lot of fitness people use or like to joke about, right? Even Mike was joking about it. Oh, he's like, everybody thinks I'm on trend, and he's not, from what I've seen, the guy is pretty clean all the way around, okay? And you guys will get to hopefully see it for yourself too as well. What's going on, Terry Wood? How you doing? Anything else in the house? All right, so any questions you guys got for me, shoot them out to me. Why is it IGF-1 LR3 banned now? All right, because basically the Board of Pharmacy said that they don't want, or the DEA, they don't want IGF-1 LR3 being made. I know there's some pharmacies out there still making it, like U.S. licensed pharmacies. They're still legitimately making it. Should they be? Probably not. But most of the clinics have went away from it because most of the higher end pharmacies that are compounding pharmacies don't want to get their license pulled. What's up, Mama Q? How you doing, Dolores? I hope all is well with you. So that's how it is. So it's one thing that is banned, but there's other things out there. Have you ever done a marathon? Yes, I have. For someone running 500 milligrams of test, what do you recommend as an AI? So, all right. So 500 milligrams of test is obviously a lot of testosterone. We would never prescribe that amount here at Tight Medical Center. But when somebody asks me, hey, listen, I'm doing this amount of testosterone, whether it's 500 milligrams, 200 milligrams, 1,000 milligrams, we got to look at some different things. Now, one, when it's something like this, where are you getting the stuff from? Now, if you're not getting it prescribed, we got to worry about, listen, is it underdosed, right? Is it really what it says it is and all that good stuff? Now, if you're like, hey, listen, I swear by this, and yeah, okay, cool. So we think it's testosterone. So at that point, when we're taking testosterone, everybody's different than the aromatization. So when we aromatize testosterone to other hormones like DHT and estradiol specifically, because that's what the aromatase inhibitors for, now everybody could be different. More people can be sensitive to the aromatization and less sensitive. So what I would suggest is blood testing. So you go on your dose, right? And I'm not saying you should go on your dose if you're doing this extracurricular, but anybody that's going on their dose. Now, we would know what the dose is to start off, usually for somebody, just we're looking at the blood work, symptoms, and all that. Now, we could be off too, but we start at one dose for certain people, and we might move that dose up or move that dose down because we want to dial them in. Same thing with you. We want to, do the medication at least for a week or two, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, I would look at where your testosterone levels at and where your estradiol levels are at. Not total estrogens or anything like your estradiol. Or you can run a sensitive estradiol, either way you want to run it. But that'll show you where it's at. Now, you want to use an aromatase inhibitor that's going to help lower those levels. And that's it. I can't really go more into detail. I'm not going to tell you how to do everything. But at that point, you really want to balance it out and blood test and then kind of see where it's at. And don't go overboard on using aromatase inhibitors because you don't want your estrogen to totally tank either. You're going to get negative side effects from that. It's all about balance. It's not just inducing a whole bunch of testosterone in the body or a whole bunch of aromatase inhibitors. I see that a lot. I see a lot of these younger bodybuilders out there that are getting these crazy protocols with aromatase inhibitors multiple times a day or heavy dosages, and then suicide aromatase inhibitors being used exactly along with the other aromatase inhibitors. That's too much, guys. And yes, you will get dry. You will look freakishly with no water. I mean, you won't look like you have any water weight. Your skin will be, thin, at that point. But it's not going to be worse. It's not going to be worth the health issues that could arise from that too as well. Plus, I promise you aren't going to be able to have performances in the bedroom if it's too low or too high. It's going to cause an issue, right? Shaped by Sarah in the house. What's going on, girl? Hope all is well. All right. YG Lee, you're very welcome, man. We want to help everybody out there for sure. All right, so let's talk about the next thing, right? So science has identified anti-aging drugs using AI technology. Once AI came out, I knew this was just a matter of time. I've seen AI writing diets for people. I've seen AI, as far as medical, and I'm not just talking about anti-aging drugs. They're talking about, being able to look at MRIs, CAT scans, X-rays, all these different testings, and go through and make an algorithm for these things and actually personalize regimens for somebody by their health history, their family history, their medications they're on, and even almost like predicting the different things that could happen to them, whether it's genetic disease onslaught, or different things that could happen as far as being diabetic. They can see different trends, I guess. It's really, really crazy, and they've discovered these different drugs. And there's these 3 different things that they've discovered. And with these 3 different things, majority of them, they pretty much knock out senescent cells. Senescent cells are cells that no longer divide or replicate anymore. They're actually just cells that are just roaming around inside your body. Now you're like, well, that's not a bad thing, right? I've got more cells in the body. Well, these cells are actually bad because they emit different chemicals inside the body that can do damaging things to it and even foster cancer, right? So at that point, this is something that you don't want inside the body. Now, AI is really cool that they've been able to discover some of these different things that, they can look at a number of different things so quick and compute so quick and run different scenarios or situations with these things. So, it's really cool to be able to use technology to an advantage like this and, work for us, right? Obviously AI is probably going to take over here soon, but in the intermediate time, let's use AI to be able to benefit us ourselves, especially in health. So this is going to be awesome. Now, the way it's going, you could pretty much get rid of radiologists and all these different things that are looking at these different scans every single day and all day long and have AI take over. Think about what they would save in that, not paying a doctor or radiologist to do that. It would be crazy, but I could definitely see it in the future. All right, so let me see what else we got. So with this, when we talk about some of these different things, these different compounds have been performing modern medicine and what we have drug-wise right now. And like I said, AI could be diagnosing disease and prediction of different diseases, personalized anti-aging machine. So, our medicine, personalized anti-aging medicine. So personalize a regimen and different compounds that will be able to help you age slower, which is awesome. Drug discovery and development. This is different. The AI algorithms can definitely help along with this. As we saw in the article above, AI algorithms can analyze extensive databases of chemical compounds and predict their potential as new drugs. It's a powerful new tool in drug discovery, helping to reduce the time costs associated with traditional methods. Robot-assisted surgeries, AI algorithms can guide surgical robots during minimal invasive procedures, improving precision and reducing the risk of complications. AI can also help automate routine administrative tasks such as scheduling appointments, managing patient records, thereby saving time and reducing human error. Mental health and anti-aging. AI chatbots and virtual therapists can provide mental health and support. This is different, right? I never even thought about this. And a virtual therapist can talk with somebody and actually go over some of these different problems and deliver cognitive behavioral therapy and assist in monitoring patients' mental health. Epidemic outbreak and prediction. AI algorithms can analyze global health data to predict and monitor disease outbreaks, which is vital for global health preparedness and response. I wish we had this during 2020. I wish AI would have came out a couple years earlier and really put that to the test. AI algorithms can interpret data from wearable health devices, enabling remote patient monitoring and proactive health. There's a number of different tools out there that you can check as far as for your heart rate, for diabetes type 2, so insulin levels in the body or glucose levels in the body. They can look at these different things, and these things can be monitored through AI and help you out as far as where you need to go and seeing what the trend's going to be and maybe predict how the trend's going. So it's going to be really, really cool. All right, so what else we got here? Let's get on to the next one. Intermittent fastive. Wait, taking 100 million tests and getting body acne. Okay, all right, let me answer one more question. We'll go to the next topic. All right, so Jay Houghton on TikTok asked or said, taking 100 milligrams of test and getting body acne. All right. So this is a pretty common thing with people that are taking just testosterone. When you're taking just testosterone, estradiol levels and different hormones may fluctuate. And with this is where body acne can come into play, or face acne. So when we talk about body acne, you want to look at estradiol levels, right? You want to make sure that those estradiol levels are right on where they need to be, dialed in. If they're too high, and usually that's the case, this is where body acne really, really comes to play. And there's different things out there that you can use to get rid of it or control it. So benzoyl peroxide wash at 10%, clindamycin medicated pads can be used too as well. We do have an acne protocol here at Titan Medical Center if you need it. But those are the two things that we use, right? Mallory Knox in the house. What's going on? D, is a 244 test level low for me at 19? Depending on where you got these labs done, but if this is LabCorp that you went to or Quest and you got a 244 as your lab test, as your testosterone result, that's really low. And at 19 years old, that's pretty concerning. That's something that you definitely want to make sure you can go get taken care of, because at that point, you might not be feeling your best. And at 19 years old, you should be feeling awesome, like awesome, right? 18 to 21, I say those are your power years. You should be able to rock and roll, recover quick as hell, put on great muscle, and you should be feeling amazing. That should be the energy you should be bottling up and saving for later on during life. When you become 40s like me or 50s like Michael Hearn, right? I mean, it's ridiculous, some of the different things, as far as that goes with those levels. I mean, you can definitely feel a difference in your overall health or your quality of life, and levels are like that usually. All right, so let's get into the next one. Intermediate fasting is as effective as calorie counting for weight loss, study finds. All right, so I've been reading a whole bunch of different articles the last couple of years on intermediate fasting, and there's different research that shows different things. There's been research that shows, listen, it hasn't been as effective, or is not as, it's just as effective as calorie counting, so there's no difference. This study shows that there is, right? So when we talk about this different study, so this one was really, really cool, and it was put in the journal Annals of Internal Medicine, which is really awesome. So they basically put 77 people inside this program. There was 3 different groups that they had. They had one control group that did intermediate fasting, right? They had another group that did calorie counting, and then they had the control group that they, just regular on-day eating, whatever they did. So they did 6 months of this. Now, basically, they reduced the calorie intake for the second group of 25%. The first group, that intermediate fasting, ate between the hours of noon and 8 p.m., so 8 hours, right? And they didn't eat before, they didn't eat after that. And then you had the control group, which, like I said, they didn't change their regular eating habits. So after the 6-month period ended, the researchers tested the changes helped people keep the weight off. For 6 months more, the intermediate fasting group expanded their eating window to 10 hours, and the calorie counting group ate enough calories to satisfy their energy needs. I wish I would know what that calorie count was. They should have put that.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Right? Because that's kind of like, what does that mean? Yeah, what does that mean? Your energy levels, right? Both of the groups that followed a diet in the study, first 6 months, generally maintained the weight loss after their diets ended and lost 5% of their body weight over the course of a year. So that's pretty good, losing 5%. That's awesome. By the end of the year, the intermediate fasting group had consumed 425 fewer calories per day on an average than the group control lost 10 more pounds. So they consumed 425 calories less, they lost 10 pounds. The calorie counting group, meanwhile, ate around 405 fewer calories per day than the control group and lost about 12 more pounds. So they did pretty well, right, by calorie counting. I mean, they lost 2 pounds, so it's about as effective, and the other group ate 20 pounds more. Or 20 calories more, not 20 pounds. What we're showing is that people don't have to do these complicated calorie counting diets where people are, they're getting fatigued by logging everything into these apps, following their diet every day. It could be a lot, I guess, and you might be on the go and you're like, oh, I can't do this, or you miss one meal that you're supposed to document. But documenting really does help. It does. I'm not going to just steer away documenting. I think documenting in some of these different apps, and some of these apps, you don't even have to write anything. You literally scan the food, or you scan the bottle, or whatever it comes in, the packaging, and it automatically has everything from nutrition-wise for you and automatically logs it inside your program. That's cool. I mean, I've seen some of them where you have maybe a chicken breast, and it might not be a standard 6 ounce or 8 ounce or 4 ounce. It might be 3. But it scans it, and it knows, and it automatically plugs in your macros and all the different things that come along with it, with calories and such. So I think this is pretty cool. I think, to do these studies is awesome. Now, I think intermediate fasting does work. I don't think intermediate fasting for a long extended period of time can be healthy. And I do on short term. And remember that when we intermediate fast, if you go on too long a fast, your body could go into a catabolic stage, and you don't want to lose your muscle by losing weight. The whole point of this is to keep the muscle you have and lose the fat, right? So with this, you got to make sure that you're getting enough protein, and that's the big one across the board. Because without a lot of protein, your body is not going to be able to do it, and it's going to start looking to yourself inside and be able to, scrummage whatever it possibly can to suffice. So with this, whether you're intermittent fasting or you're calorie counting, both have shown for you to be able to lose weight. So whatever way works best for you should be the way to go. And if you've tried calorie counting and it didn't work, then hey, listen, what's the worst that's going to happen if you intermittent fast and try to do it? Now, with semaglutide or Aries injectable weight loss therapy, the intermittent fasting is going to be a breeze to do, guaranteed. So if you do take that, or calorie counting, it's going to work both methods, I guess, very, very well. But you might go into the intermediate fasting level with semaglutide because it might curb the appetite of what you're trying to do. So a lot of great things here. And I just hope they just keep coming out with great research, which they're going to. Christian, I appreciate it, brother. So it's going to be awesome. Documenting is old school and works. It does work. Old school things, they never die. There might be quicker ways to get to some things, or might be some shortcuts along the way. But some of these things that are old school, and then we've been using them forever, sometimes it was all the best things. I'm always about progress. I'm always about going forward and finding bigger and better and easier things to make it more efficient and effective, right? But, some of these different things you might want to stick to. And they've gotten a lot easier to do some of these old school things. That's what I was saying. Instead of you have to write down in a journal and then look up what these things are online and then document it for yourself and then have that added up. It's already in one certain place for you and already added up, already put in. It's so easy. It's super easy. So anybody complaining about that is crazy. B Moose in the house. What's going on? I hope all is well. All right. Okay. All right. So we got a couple things. What up, Jed Jacobs? My man. All right. What is your top fitness goal this year? So 30% said people lose weight. 4% said to boost strength. 33% said to build muscle. And 22% said to improve flexibility. With 11% said improving cardio. Okay. So losing weight and boosting strength and building muscle. This can all be done by weightlifting, right? And it doesn't have to be crazy, intense, like bodybuilding weightlifting, but it does have to have your attention and your focus and you committed to wanting to do it. And that's really where it comes into play. A lot of people look at going to the gym as a chore. It shouldn't be a chore. I tell my son this all the time, like, yeah, you might feel a little pain afterwards, or you're sore, or whatever it is. That is your body telling you, hey, listen, you did a good job. I mean, you don't want injuries, but, when you're sore from lifting, you know what that sore feels like. And you're like, hey, man, I actually accomplished something today. And essentially, it all comes back to you. It is helping you 100%. It's not helping anybody else. It's helping you. Unless you're paying a trainer, it's helping his financial, his bills. But, at that point, that's who you should be working on, and that's who you want to work on. And it doesn't take much time. With all the time of the day, you can find time. Even if you're at work and you're like, listen, I don't got time to even go to a gym. I mean, I'm talking about you can knock out 50 push-ups, 75 push-ups through the day, jumping jacks outside, walk around your building, your office. I don't know. I mean, there's a number of different things you can do. It's just people have to be proactive about it and stop being lazy. Stop talking yourself out of it. I think mentally, that's 50% of it. You talking yourself out of it or in it, right? Saying, oh, I don't need to go today, or I'll go tomorrow, and not putting it as a priority. That's the first fault. Second, when you get there, some people are intimidated by the gym. They're intimidated by people in the gym, the way they look, and they're like, oh, I don't want people looking at me and seeing me like this when everybody's in great shape. Not everybody's in great shape, but if you go to the gym, man, you can start working on your shape and hopefully get into however you want, sculpting your body to whatever makes you feel good about yourself. That could be bigger, that could be smaller, more defined. Strength. Some people just want strength. Go in, get strong. But that's going to help in weightlifting. Cardiovascular and cardio exercise can help with weight loss and can help with cardiovascular function and health. These are great things to incorporate too, but it shouldn't be the only thing a priority. I see a lot of girls that want to lose weight, or a lot of people that want to lose weight. They don't lift at all. They just go and do cardio. That's awesome. You're going to lose weight, but you're not going to have any muscle to fill out some of those different things. So, at that point, when we talk about semaglutide, and I've seen it again in multiple articles about Ozempic butt, Ozempic face, Ozempic fingers, all these things curtail about people losing weight and them having flabby skin in one way or the other. But this is the problem with them not working out. If they worked out their muscles, they'd have muscles to fill in that flabby skin. Now, if you have an extreme weight loss, you lose 100 pounds in like a month, you're going to have skin. I don't care how much working out you do. But majority of people could, get by these different things that they're dealing with, like Ozempic butt, face, finger, whatever it is, by just lifting weights. All right, so B-Moves said, I would never trust anyone else with my weight management and therapies other than Tight Medical. The care is top-notch, and they're always educating their patients, which is beyond important. Thank you so much, B-Moves. That's awesome. That's a huge compliment to us. That motivates us just to do better for patients. We love hearing that stuff, and we love helping patients. So that was one thing I could say about Mike. When I met Mike, I was like, wow, how's this going to be, right? Because I met people that I really respected before. Some people that when I was a little kid idolized, and it just flopped on me, right? It just, man, I wish I'd never met him. And, meeting Mike, he was so humbled. That was one thing I really took away from the weekend. Super humbled, not materialistic at all. And he's an actor. He's been doing bodybuilding ever since 16 years old, fitness model. I mean, listen, he's been doing it a long time. So, at that point, some of those people change. But I can tell you, definitely not him for sure. He's definitely down to earth too as well. So it's really cool to see that, It's really cool when I meet people that have some sort of stature, be humbled. I like to be humbled, and I like people around me to be humble. It just adds to the charm, the vibe, the essence, I guess, of the person, man. It's really, really cool. Exactly. You have to work out with the weight loss. I do. I lost 42 pounds in Tight Medical and worked out with it. Amazing results. Definitely. And not only physically is it going to help you, mentally it's going to help you. Healthy body is a healthy mind. You get that blood flowing, and there's different research out there stating that working out will definitely improve cognitive function in the brain, and it can actually reverse some possible genetic diseases or onslaught of genetic diseases like dementia or Alzheimer's. So just work out, right? Do some weightlifting. You don't got to go crazy and be an animal, but do something to help yourself and to build muscle. More muscle, more fat burned. Guaranteed. Okay? All right. Upcoming Titan-sponsored events. So we've got an event coming up. We've got two events that are coming up real soon. Jason Skeldon's event, which I didn't tell Art about, I gotta tell him now, is this Friday. All right, 7 p.m. I think it goes to 10 p.m. I got to find out where it's at, but it's right over here. It's an amazing art and fashion show he's putting on. Tight Medical Center is one of the sponsors. So I'll be there this Friday. It's going to be amazing. The second one, we are sponsoring a pickleball tournament with Buckwheat from 98.7. I think that's the radio station. With his radio station, with him, the pickleball tournament is going to be in Brandon, and that's going to be July 7th and 8th. More information will be coming for that very soon. I have a video that me and Buckwheat did too as well. After that, 8-3 to 8-5. Really happy about this one. Tampa Pro, Grand Hyatt. Tight Medical returns as the title sponsor. Thank you, Tim Gardner. I appreciate that. We were a title sponsor years ago, and we kind of left and got to come back, and I love Tim and Eileen and the whole Tim Gardner production crew. They're awesome. So I'm really excited to be a part of this event with him. Once again this year, plus free B12 shots, free amino acid shots for anybody that wants one. We'll have a huge booth set up there, maybe some special guests too. I'm going to try to bring down some different people to be at the booth too as well. So at that point, when you stop by, you get a free B12 shot or amino shot, and you can meet somebody really cool, maybe ask them a question that you've been dying to ask them, all right? After that, 9/15 and 9/16, St. Pete Art and Fashion Week. Loving this. Tight Medical Center is the title sponsor, and one of the top designers is going to be a part of this. This is obviously benefiting charity too as well, and going to be an amazing event. So I can't wait for these days, September 15th and 16th of this year. All right. 1021 Hurricane Pro at the St. Petersburg Coliseum. That's another Tim Gardner production. We are part of, another sponsor of. Proudly, always a great show. 23rd annual, 23 years, man, in this show. So it's been going on a long time. Tim Gardner has a lot of history. Obviously, he plays a big role in the IBB and all these different things like the NPC, even the Olympia. He's a great dude, down to earth, God-fearing family man like myself. I love him. Big shout out to Tim Gardner. All right, after that, we've got 11-2 to 11-5 Olympia 2023 in Orlando, which I've solidified and done. We're going to have a huge booth set up there. We're also going to have one of the Titan vehicles on the floor out there in a different spot so we can take some pictures with maybe some vehicles, some different models, and have a great time there. It's always a great event. So happy it's coming back to Orlando. Last year it was in Las Vegas. That's where it was usually at before the pandemic. But at that point, man, Orlando, right in our backyard. We're talking about an hour away. I can bring everybody down there. I'm going to bring down all the vehicles because I have another event that Sunday. So there's going to be a huge fleet of Titan Medical Center vehicles out there. I can't wait for this. It's going to be a Titan takeover for sure, 100%. After that, we've got 11-5, which is Festival of Speed, like I talked about, Ritz-carlton's that Sunday after Olympia at the Ritz-Carlton. We'll be on their beautiful property. We always do this with Festival of Speed. It's an amazing event, amazing vehicles, and a beautiful crowd. I mean, there's always top-notch people there, and the vehicles there are stunning. It's not like an average car show. You're talking about McLarens, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bugattis, Bentleys, I mean, you name it, Porsches, Mercedes, that's all that's out there. So you won't see anything like a regular, hey, mom and pop, car show. No. This is super, super elite, and it's a great time and great property to be on too as well. After that, we've got 11-18, which is Cars and Couture at the Motor Enclave. I can't wait. I hope my garage is done by then. Motor Enclave is this beautiful community, a motor community here in Tampa and Brandon. It's benefiting the Autism Speaks too as well. We love to help charities. And at that point, I can't wait. Except this property where this is going to be at this year, it's going to be the first time ever. So I'm really excited. I know it's top notch. And it's going to be awesome. So come out and join us. It's for a good cause as always, benefiting Autism Speaks. Big shout out to Donna Crawley for that event too as well. So that's it, guys. That is the show. Now, if you're asking to yourself, how do I get a part of this poll? How do I find out about weekly discounts or what's coming up? You guys definitely need a part of the Titan Medical newsletter. Now, there's a couple of different ways to get on the newsletter. The first way, you can go right onto our link tree, which you can get on our pages, like Instagram. You go right up to the bio, click on that, and then search for newsletter. You can go right on there. I don't think we can text anymore, the 22828, right? Right, Art? I don't think that's the way.
Yeah, we should be able to.
Okay. So the other way would be to text Titan Medical. And you're going to text number 22828. 22828. And you're going to text Titan Medical in the where you write the message, right? And at that point, it's going to ask you, do you want to become a part of the newsletter? At that point, you can subscribe to the newsletter right there on your phone, right? Through texting the number 22828 and the word Titan Medical, right? And then you guys can be part of the newsletter. It's awesome to have you guys a part of that and answering these, right? Because maybe this could affect you, and we could talk about something that might be able to help you in those areas. Make sure you guys are taking full advantage of the discounts on MK-677 and our blood work special for Men's Health Month. I appreciate you guys, and it's been a great show. I love chatting with you guys, answer you guys' questions. If you guys have anything for me, please let me know. If not, I will see you guys next Tuesday on Time Talk Tuesday with me, John, CEO of Titan Medical Center. I'll see you then. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have an amazing week. Later.